Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this time of prayerful pause when we focus on something greater than ourselves. Today, I'm feeling led to talk about insurance. I will state right up front, it is not one of my favorite industries. My apologies if it is how you earn your livelihood. I'm not talking about the industry here or about you. I'm just talking about the idea of insurance. As much as I don't like it sometimes, as much as I think it is overpriced sometimes, when we need it, we are really, really happy that it's there, right? Whether it's something that happens with our home or with our car or with our health or with our life. We are grateful that we have this relationship established that will care for the situation, that will provide some positive insight or some remuneration that helps us to rebuild and have a new start, or just the comfort and the security of knowing that our loved ones will be cared for. I have long thought about faith as an insurance policy. It's not something that you want to go after only when you need it, because you won't have had a previous relationship with experiencing faith. And it doesn't come about like that. It's just like when you apply for insurance, you don't usually get it. Sometimes you get it the same day. Sometimes you can even, depending on the policy, post-date it, so it goes back a ways. But often there's a ramp-up period of some sort. That's how I think about faith. And I think about it that way because I'm investing my time. I'm living what if. What if something happens? I live as if there is something greater than myself. I think that's probably why I subtitled this Prayerful Pause, time to think about something greater than ourselves, because I don't care. I don't think it matters what we call that something, and I don't know that it matters if it is God or energy or nature or the rule of law. I'm not invested in how you define that something that's greater than yourself. But knowing that there is something greater than ourselves puts life in a different priority. It keeps us in check a little bit from becoming ego-driven or becoming really narcissistic and thinking everything's about us. So I encourage everyone I know to find something greater than yourself that you can focus on, especially in times of difficulty or when you need something extra to lean on. When I was a teenager, my parents were both music teachers. In my family, with the exception of one brother who became an over-the-road trucker but had a beautiful singing voice, we all became music educators. And when I was a teenager, I remember my dad saying to me, I want you to find something that, some piece of music that speaks to you and speaks to your heart and brings you comfort and transports you out of wherever you are when you listen to it. And I said, but why? And he said, well, when something happens to your mother and me, I want you to be able to find comfort and solace in music as well as in God. And I did. I've had several different pieces along my lifetime. At that point in time, I decided it was Barber's Adagio for strings. The idea, though, is that there is something larger than ourselves that we can go to for comfort and find comfort in. And for me, that's really how I have often looked at faith in terms of religion. I think that we, quote, practice our faith, knowing that we're never going to get really perfect at it, just as practitioners, musicians, artists, they practice their art, their craft, even though they know that perfection will never be achieved. There will be moments when we approach it but we never achieve it. The idea of practicing our faith is kind of like investing in insurance. Every moment that we put into developing our spiritual core is something that we can count on later when we need it. And if we never need it, I was going to say that's a good thing, but I don't know anybody who never needs it. There always comes a point in time where we need something greater than ourselves. So maybe it's reading, and maybe it's the Bible or not. Maybe it's the Quran. Maybe it's Hebrew scripture. Maybe it's some Eastern text. Maybe it's a philosophy. Maybe it's not a religious thing at all. Maybe it's a science book. Maybe you are invested in science and data, and that becomes what I would call God by any other name. For you, that might be it. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, we spend time with it. We become familiar with it. We enter into a relationship with it. And that's good. I encourage you to do that. Develop your own routine. And, a few days ago, I talked about building the space, creating the space, holding the space so that our soul has a place to go to where we can develop, where we can grow in our soul identity. That's what I'm talking about. What is it that is your insurance? What is it that is your something greater? Only you can know. But I can guarantee that if you search for it, you'll find something. You'll find the thing that speaks to you. But we have to get outside this box of thinking, oh, it has to be God. It has to be church. It has to be, some old white guy sitting in the clouds, which I definitely don't believe. It needs to be whatever speaks to you and your heart. It is, I believe, something that is adjustable, that finds a way to speak to us. And so our assignment for today is to think about investing in our spiritual lives as investing in insurance. Nicer insurance than maybe we have to deal with in real life, but it is an insurance policy, an investment, so that it's there when we need it. Okay, that's it. Maybe you've done this already, in which case skip the day. But if you're like me, you're constantly redoing it, because I change insurance companies sometimes. One's good for you for a while, and then, this isn't quite the coverage I want, so I go to something else. Do that with your faith too. Find the thing that works for you where you are in your life right now. Okay, enough preaching. Go and have a good day. I hope that it is a good day for you. It's kind of overcast and cold here in the Northeast. Can't wait until we're into more summery weather where I can get rid of my winter clothes. Keep the faith. Enjoy life. I'm Deb Swift, pastor of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. You've been watching Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can follow the website on our end slide, or you can go to our YouTube channel, South Church Rochester. No Presbyterian in that because nobody can spell it. South Church Rochester. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.